Real quick, we're going to read this. It's called Share Structure in Incorporation. Authorized share structure on incorporation forms is asking how many shares your corporation is legally allowed to issue and what types of shares those are. Think of it as setting the maximum number and categories of shares the corporation may create in the future. What you need to provide on the form. Most incorporation forms ask for some or all of the following. 1. Number of authorized shares. This is the total number of shares the corporation may issue. You do not need to issue all of them now, just set the limit. Common example, authorized, 10,000 shares. Issued initially, maybe 100 shares to the founders. Share classes. 2 share classes, if any. You can authorize one class, simple, standard, multiple classes, example, class A, class B. Each class can have different voting rights, dividend rights, conversion rights. For small businesses, a single class is usually fine. Par value, brackets, sometimes required. Some states let you set shares as either no par value, common, a very small par value, like $0.001 per share. Par value does not equal the price of shares. It's mostly a legal formality today. Four, rights and restrictions. If you have multiple classes, you may need to describe voting versus non-voting shares, dividend priority, redemption rights, any special privileges. Simple example, brackets, small, most common for small businesses. Authorized shares, 10,000. Classes, one class of common stock. Par value, $0.001 or no par value. Rights, standard voting stock, no special restrictions. This setup provides flexibility to add investors, allocate equity, or issue more shares without amending the articles later. Here's a clean, flexible, and investor-friendly authorized share structure that works very well for a British Columbia corporation with one founder now and possible investors later. This follows common practice under the BC Business Corporations Act, which allows very flexible share structures. Recommended share structure. Simple plus investor ready. 1. Authorize 2 classes of shares. This gives you founder flexibility now while being investor ready later without needing to amend your articles again. Class A, common shares. Full voting rights. Right to receive dividends. Right to residual assets on liquidation. You, the founder, take all of these initially. Class B, preferred shares, brackets, unlimited number. Typically non-voting until issued the rights defined. Rights issued and rights defined. Rights can be customized later when investors arrive. You don't need to define all the preferred share rights now. BC allows you to add preferred share terms by creating special rights and restrictions when issuing a new subclass. Purpose. Future investors almost always want preferred shares with things like liquidation preference, anti-dilution, dividend priority, conversion rights. By authorizing a preferred class upfront, you avoid amending articles later. 2. Use unlimited number of shares. British Columbia commonly uses unlimited number of shares for each class. BC law permits this, and it keeps things very simple. So you list unlimited Class A common shares, unlimited Class B preferred shares. Why? Because the number of authorized shares does not affect ownership. Percentage ownership comes from issued shares only, not authorized ones. 3. Use no par value shares. B-suite corporations typically issue no par value shares. This avoids artificial minimum value rules and keeps bookkeeping simple. 4. Keep the rights of preferred shares broad. You can leave Class B preferred share rights as something like preferred shares may be issued in one or more series. The number, price, designation, rights, privileges, restrictions, and conditions of which shall be set by directors by resolution at the time of issuance. This makes the company extremely flexible for future financing. Example share structure for your BC company. What you would put on incorporation. Authorized share structure. Class A common shares, unlimited, no par value. Voting, right to dividends, right to residual assets. Class B, preferred shares, unlimited, no par value. Rights, privileges, restrictions, and conditions to be set by directors at the time of issuance. Initial issuance. Founder receives something like 100 Class A common shares, or anywhere from 10 to 1,000. It doesn't matter. Why this structure is ideal for you. Simple for the founder now, flexible for investors later. You can tailor preferred shares at financing time, avoids amending articles and paying fees later, compatible with angels, VCs, and SAFE/CNV note conversions. BC standard setup used by most early stage companies.